Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of BS Drunk Movie Reviews. This is a weekly podcast, and we do upload the video version onto our YouTube channel, so you can check us out there. My name is Matt, and as always, I'm being joined by my sister, Vetta.
Hello.
Hey. On this episode, we are going to be reviewing the movie Halloween Kills. Ooh, ooh. Yeah, this is the follow-up to Halloween from what is it, 2018? 2016? Yeah, I don't remember. Okay, before we get into the review, Vetta, we always need to get into the most important part of this podcast. What are you drinking?
I made another concoction the same way I made last week. So I took a bunch of stuff.
All I heard was cock and shut, and I was like, wait, what? Okay, sorry, you made a concoction. Great.
So it looks like grape Kool-Aid, but it's not.
I thought you said you used grape Kool-Aid. I was like, you've already started out this drink amazingly.
No, it looks like grape Kool-Aid. So I took a little bit of Monaco, the Blue Crush. Then I added some simple syrup and some UV, what is it? UV blue.
I love UV blue.
I do too. And I like blue drinks. I'm in a blue drink kick lately. And then I added a little more alcohol, some Tito's to it, and that's what happened.
Right on. Well,
hey, I think there might be a little Canadian Dry in there as well, some ginger ale. Maybe that's why it's the color it is.
Maybe.
I don't know, it's delicious.
Right on. I'm just drinking sangria. And it's the kind where I didn't have to make it because I'm lazy. So
you don't get the fun of eating the drunken fruit.
I mean, I could open a can of that mixed fruit shit and just throw it in there if you really wanted me to. Don't give me that look. By the way, for anybody that can't give me that look, she's got that shit eating look. Like she smells something. Okay. So now that we got that out of the way. Okay, Vetta, when you before you watched the movie, what was your first thoughts? Did you watch the trailer? What's going down?
Didn't
Did you watch the first movie?
The one in 2018?
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you watch it before bone up for this movie?
I'm not gonna lie, I only watched the last 15 minutes. I didn't watch the whole thing.
Right on. I only watched like one of those recap videos, but they did the kill count. And I was like, and I love how they're like the kill count, but I'm like, no, you just recap the whole movie. And when you got to a death, that's when you said
one.
Yeah, kill number 3. And I'm all like, you just told me like the first 40 minutes of this fucking movie. So okay, cool, whatever.
Yeah.
Anyways, so did you watch the trailer?
I did not watch the trailer.
Gotcha.
I kind of felt like the trailer was going to be a waste of my time because it's a Halloween movie. You kind of know what's going to happen.
Right on.
I mean, it's not a secret.
What was your thoughts before going into it?
I was excited. I love horror films and I love the Halloween franchise in general. It's not my favorite masked serial killer who is immortal, but
I know, right?
Up there.
Like out of all of them, he's like the lamest one. Him and Jason, because they don't even talk. But at least Jason pops up out of a river every now and then.
The not talking doesn't bother me. It's the fact that he never walks any faster than an old lady crossing the street, yet he catches everybody.
Oh,
yeah. Usain Bolt, he would catch.
right on.
And it's like, at least you see Jason run.
Right. I thought this movie looked all right. Yeah. When I did watch the trailer, but you're right. You didn't have to watch the trailer to get into this movie. So after watching it, what were your thoughts? Like overall?
I'm excited for Halloween Ends. I think the name is crap. It'll never end. Let's be real here. He's an immortal serial killer. He's already been beheaded, burned, blown up, shot, stabbed.
But all that's not canon in this one.
Huh?
Apparently all that's not canon. It's just that very first movie. And then
I know. Well, I can't take back
that's what I thought too.
All of the other ones.
That's what I thought too, because I was like, well, I can't unsee what I've already seen. Right? I saw Buster Rhymes get murdered by Michael Myers.
Exactly. And isn't
and I saw
the supermodel Tyra Banks. Isn't she in one of them too? I swear I remember she was in one too. Yeah.
And I saw Lori Bowe die before in these movies, so I don't know what to do.
It's really hard to unsee what you've already seen.
Yeah, she died. But it's still fun. It's still fun. Okay.
Yeah.
After seeing it, I thought this movie was okay. Like I was like, I mean, like it's not my, like you said, he's not my favorite series, like slasher, but it was fine. And we'll get into more of the things that we liked and disliked in a minute. I just want to say right now, though, I wrote right off the bat, I was like, I hate those fucking kids in 1917. That little girl and her little rhyme, her little taunt. I was all like, what are you, 12? You are 12.
Yeah.
That's why
I literally was like, is he gonna kill them?
Oh my God.
This is a kill I could get behind.
She was like, no, or one of them was all like, nobody messes with the Mulaney's. I was like, God, I hope he kills the Mulaney's, please, for the love of Jesus.
Even like, I'm okay if they end up being a teenager babysitter that he kills in like one of the other movies.
Yeah,
and a part of me goes, I wonder if I went through and watched all the other movies, if they might actually be
that's
one
funny.
of the people he kills.
Yeah, because even the other little kids, he killed the one with the skeleton mask, but I was like, can he please kill those other two?
I was like that too. I was like, wait a minute, are these like the futuristic versions? Are these the kids of those other three little fuckers?
Yeah, because I don't like when they kill kids necessarily in movies, but at the same time, I'm like, in the first Halloween movie, because I did watch it before I watched this, and he does kill a kid like right in the very beginning.
I understand why people don't like seeing kids killed, but in real life, serial killers
they're vicious.
I'm like, so
they'll murder you for sure.
So to be a horror film and to actually scare people, you kind of can't be that super sensitive about it.
Yeah, and then I did write, even though I said it was okay, I wrote down like this movie was kind of depressing. Like I was all like by the end of it, I was like, well, that happened, but you know, whatever.
Body count.
Yeah. So
because of the body count in this movie, Michael Myers takes the lead in the highest body count amongst all slashers. He unseated Jason Voorhees. Oh. Nope, Jason Voorhees. He took over his slot of the number one body count slasher.
I take over all the slots. Anyway, I don't understand how Chucky's not number one. That fucker should be killing everybody. Although the new TV show, he might be killing everybody.
Right? He might overtake everybody with the new TV show now.
Okay. So before we get into our likes and dislikes, is there anything you want to say before we get into that? Because I have a couple of things.
Well, I mean, I have fun fact knowledge that I know.
Oh, gotcha. Let's do that at the end. Is that okay?
Yeah.
I like what they brought back old cast members from the original one. I liked that a lot. I really, and I want to talk about one of them specifically when we get to our likes and dislikes.
Same.
Okay, so at the beginning when that black couple is in the bar and the black guy's all like, can I get one of those voodoo skeleton drink thingies? I was like, Daddy wants now.
I was like, wait, what is this? I wrote that down. I was like, what's a voodoo skull drink?
I was Googling. I was like, well, there's a lot of voodoo drinks. I was like, which recipe was theirs? Because I was going to have it with this, but I was like, I don't feel like going out and getting stuff now.
Did you go through the recipes and go, which one do I have the shit in my
exactly.
house?
I was like, which one has sangria in it? That I could I have some witch's brew, but I'm like so lazy. I don't want to heat it up. Like it's like best served if you heat it up. And I was like, I don't have time for that. I got to get out a pot and I got to pour it in there and I got to ladle it into a cup. And
you're like, physics takes place on the oven. So that's going to take time for the heating and the boiling. So
right.
I'm not a real sciencey guy.
Right. Exactly. And then speaking of the black couple in the bar, I would have stayed at the bar the whole night. If somebody said, hey, there's a guy murdering people, I'd have been like, hey, let's just lock the door and have a party.
Like the minute they said that's our neighbor's house, I'd have been like, hey, bartender, can I start a tab?
Yeah,
is there a hotel nearby?
Exactly. They're all like, hey, that's our neighbor.
Home.
Yeah, that's our neighbor. Let's go home. No.
And didn't you like how they were trying to be all, clever with their Halloween costumes because she's the real life doctor and he was the real life nurse and they swapped.
Okay.
And then they got all bitchy about the survivors having their little toast. And then all of a sudden when they found out, oh my God, they're survivors. Oh, we love you. And then they're instantly best friends. and
Yeah,
they're
I
going out to
still would've-
murder someone together.
Oh, I still would have been annoyed that they were being obnoxious. I'd have been like, so they're celebrities, so they get to be obnoxious. Big fucking whoop.
Celebrities, though.
That guy knew him, and those people knew him as soon as he
They're
mentioned
celebrities
them.
in their town. And I would have been a little bit pissed about him interrupting talent show night. I was there for some good people watching to heckle a little. Yeah. And he
those mermaids couldn't sing for shit
with a fucking story.
Wait, what was that? Say that again. Wait, well,
he ruined it with his fucking story.
Oh yeah. I
didn't even get my bird whistling that I was promised when he was fucking introduced.
Yeah, and that story, I was all like, "Your talent sucks, dude."
Right? I was like, "You're not good at this story." You went from telling a story to super crazy angry. Like, are you sure you're not the serial
right?
killer?
Is there a barista in here? Because this night just got dark. So, and then the last thing I wrote down before we get to our likes and dislikes, and if you have anything you want to add to this stuff, but I love when the black couple go, and I'm sorry I'm calling them a black couple, but I didn't write down their names, but they go out to their car and she sees Michael Myers, I'm putting up quotations, in her car, and then she's like, Michael Myers is in the car, go check it out. And I'm all like, oh, you bitch. And he's like, and then he's like, hell no. And I was like, yeah, I would have been like, and then she's like, what's the hell's wrong with you? And I'm like, what's wrong with you, lady? You go get murdered.
Crazy killer out there, and yours. And okay, my mind goes, the minute she said he's in my car, I'm like, that's not Michael Myers, because he wouldn't have sat up and let you seen him. He would have just killed you, and he wouldn't have been in the backseat of your car. He would have busted the window open, dragged you out, and slit your throat.
Yeah, it was just I laughed a little bit because, and I laughed a little bit later on. I wrote it down in my likes, I think. Yeah, I don't know, but we'll talk in a little bit. Yeah, but
I know what you're talking about too.
I chuckled a tiny bit when she was like, go check it out, and he was like, hell no. And she's like, what's wrong with you? I was like, oh, you bitch. Like,
you were all mad because he wouldn't sacrifice his life for you. That's what that was. Like, that's what she was thinking. Yeah, he won't fucking die for me.
Yeah, he won't die for me. Like, what? All right, why don't we get into our dislikes and our likes? Do you want to do likes first?
Mine are kind of about the same length.
Okay, let's go with likes. I feel like it's always good to start off on a positive note.
All right.
What's the first thing on your like list? What was that?
My first one is I liked the body count. It was a nice high number.
I wrote down kills, so I feel like that counts. That counts as the same thing.
I think it was like what, 25, 27
kills? Oh, I didn't count them.
I didn't count there's the ones that
in that fire. Wait, what? You go,
11 died at the fire.
Yeah, that's like I was like, oh shit, we're getting off to a rough. Yeah, we're getting off to a rough start.
Right. That wasn't even, and that's the other thing too. I was like, did they count the boy at the beginning on the fence?
No, because he was from the first movie.
Yeah, but he was still dead in this one. So
yeah.
So if they don't count the dead bodies from the last one that you see in this one, it was probably closer to 25. And I don't count the guy that commits suicide either. I don't.
Oh yeah, I don't count.
The mob gets credit for that.
Yeah, the mob, which I have to talk about that a little bit.
Yep, that's on my list too.
I wrote down the kills also, but I wrote down a like. I'll say it right now. It's in my dislike too, but I'll talk about it a little bit later. But they're gory, and I feel like that's realistic. Just in the sense that, like, if you get stabbed in the neck, you're gonna start bleeding out like hardcore. So I was like, at least they're making it somewhat realistic instead of just like stab and then it's like.
But it also wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't crazy. It was definitely a little closer to realistic. Like when the one guy gets stabbed in the eye, he twitches a little.
Yeah. And he doesn't just like die automatically. He's like, yeah. And then he like kind of collapses on the back seat, which I'm not going to lie. I laughed a little bit on that part. So I was like, oh, your face looks funny right there.
I laughed a little because I was like, oh, you thought you were going to take down Michael Myers with a stethoscope.
Right.
That's adorable.
And a small piece of me was all like, aren't you like strangling from the back of his neck, asshole? Like, you didn't. I would have left that car. That old woman was being stupid. She deserved to die.
We'll talk about that. That's on my dislike.
Okay. Good. What's the next thing on your like list?
I like that after he did some of the kills, he staged the bodies.
Oh, right on.
Like in the playground, he puts them on the merry-go-round, puts one in the hanging.
He surrounds them with the candy. He just throws the candy on them. I was like, what's that all about, Michael?
And then the two he killed in his childhood home, the gay couple, Big John and Little John.
Oh, right on.
Staged them too because I I can't remember which one was Big John and which one was Little John.
Big John was the one that died first. The pirate
the
costume.
armpit knife guy.
Yeah.
He's not the pirate guy.
No, the pirate guy was Little John.
Yeah, he died second. So yeah, but then when you see them, Big John's head is laying in the lap of Little John's as they're listening to the music. So I was like, oh, look at Michael. He's like getting like creative,
sentimental and shit.
Right?
He's like, I'm gonna murder you, but I'm gonna be sweet about it.
Right. He's like, look, I'm gonna make you guys all like playful in the playground.
Yeah, their little plate they made for watching movies was like looked delicious. I was like, what's on that plate? Screenshot.
He made a charcuterie board.
Yeah, and I was like, that looks delicious.
Cheeses,
I don't know what charcuterie board means, but okay.
Hold on, I got.
That's like the last one when we said duvet. Most people don't know what that is. I don't know what a charcuterie board is.
No, it's a charcuterie board. It's like meat, cheese, fruits, dip.
I love how you say it slower, like I'm gonna fucking remember.
No, it's because if I don't say it slow right now, I've been drinking. You'll make fun of me just like you just were on the first way.
Say charcuterie. It's a chevron board. Anyways. Okay, so the second thing on my like list is it's depressing, but I like that good people died. I hate when you're watching a movie and it's like good people nothing happens. Like I like when bad things happen to good people because it's realistic. Like in life, bad things happen to good people. And sometimes, you could be like the best person in the world and something shitty could happen to you. And even though it was depressing, I felt bad for those people. Like that woman that got stabbed in the neck, and then her husband like just gets stabbed like a million fucking times right in front of her.
Trying to find the right knife. That's that's the only thing I could come up with he was doing is he was like trying to find a good kill knife.
Yeah.
But then the last one, and then I think he picks up the last one and he kind of looks at it and he's like, oh shit, do I test this one out on him or do I just take it? Well, I guess I'll just take it. And he walks out. But also, do you think she lived? Because she was still alive watching him kill stab her husband in the back, which
I do think she lives.
Can we talk about her flying the drone and she was all making it do flips and then her husband comes in and is like, you don't know how to fly it. Let me show you. And then he crashes it within 2 seconds.
Right on. Well, no, he didn't crash. She crashed it and then he tried to.
No, because Michael Myers swats it because it goes flying into the bathroom. And it's dark in the bathroom.
But I thought he just like flew it and then Michael threw it.
No, I think Michael like stops it and then throws it back out. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
I did. And then I like how he's like, let me fly that thing. And then he's like, why don't we just eat some cheese and some charcuterie board? And then and she's all like, no, I don't want none of that. And I was like, that looks delicious, honey. You should drink that.
You should pass that around to the group.
I was like, that lady doesn't know a good glass of wine when she sees it. So I do think she lived because if you remember from the first one that the cop that one kid finds at the beginning, he gets stabbed in the first movie. I'm only remember because I like just watched it today, so I remember it. Okay. Did you say the second thing on your like list?
I've said 3 on my like list.
Okay, then I'm going. Okay, but the next one I wrote down Kyle Richards. I love her so much. I watched that Beverly Hills Housewives, and those ladies are so nutty. And to see her, which I found out that she was in the original movie as a child actor, and I didn't know that.
All 3 Richards sisters were in a Halloween at some point.
Shut up. I didn't know that. So I was like, that's why I was like, oh, I'm glad they brought her back then because she's not the best actress. Like when she's like, he's going to kill everybody and everything. I was like, oh, honey, you should have taken some lessons in between takes on Housewives. But I was like, I'm happy that they brought her back then because, and I was just like, because when I saw it, I was like, hey, I know her and everything.
That was one of my little fun inquiry, like little things that I knew that, and it was, crap, I can't remember, but it was her older sister that was the first one cast, I think. And she was in one of the other ones.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember for sure because they all have, I think Kim is the one that was in the original, maybe.
Oh, I don't know.
All the Richards sisters were in a Halloween at some point. whether it was as a child or if they were killed as a babysitter in later ones.
Right on.
I'm sure if I'm wrong, someone will correct me, but it had something to do like that.
Yeah, I wonder if Kim. I'll look it up later. I'm not in the mood right now. Okay, what's something on your list now?
I liked how everybody had shitty cars. I did say that.
Right on. Yeah,
I was like,
realistic. Like,
right. I was like, oh, it was realistic, and they all had shitty cars, and they like that was funny. But yeah. Right I don't know. I didn't have too many. Like I said, my likes and dislikes was about the same. I just had more general statements.
Gotcha. Right on. Well, we'll get to those.
I did like how someone bought Michael Myers' childhood home, because I go, in real life, that shit would have been demolished. Or there is some guy, and I can't remember his name, that goes around buying in real life. He buys like serial killer houses and cars and memorabilia.
Oh, a collector, huh?
Yeah. So he would have bought Michael Myers' house in real life.
That's so
but
weird.
Or it would have been like, I think it would have been demolished. But the fact that this gay couple, they just went, oh, that's where all those murders took place. Cool. Let's flip this shit. Yeah. And they all remodeled it, and they're all like, and he's all like, Michael, you've come home. And I was like, oh shit, is that why you bought this? Because you was hoping he would come back?
Yeah, I was all like, when he was all like, just stand there, Michael, you've come home. I would have been like, yeah, and you should run. He just like stood there. I
did like what they had done with the house. That
right on. So I wrote down this. Okay, so it's in my like and then kind of goes into my dislikes also. But I didn't like the mob mentality, but at the same time, I'm all like, oh, the mob mentality, they're getting shit done and everything. But then they didn't get shit done.
Yeah, they're on my dislikes. I did not like them at all. I'm not like you. I didn't think they were getting shit done. I went,
what are you talking about? Oh, don't worry. We're going to talk about something else. But what are you talking about? They killed him. Kinda. I was like,
oh, you mean the second mob, not the hospital mob?
No, I want to talk about that later, because that's on my list.
Okay, because the hospital mob, yes, the second mob with their cars, making the, welcome to Thunderdome, bitch.
Yeah, moment, and then them attacking him.
They all flip on their lights. Yeah,
before he got his second wind, Yeah. But I was like, oh, they're killing him. Good for them and everything. Evil does die tonight.
I went, oh. Who's gonna die first? Which one of you? Because did you guys not see the results of the firefighters?
Right
and
on.
They weren't even trying to kill him. They actually were saving his life. And did you see what he did to them? You all's gonna pay.
Yeah, I was all like, kill the dude in the cheetah costume. Kill him.
I just went, are you not wearing clothes under that? Because you should have taken
I loved in the hospital. What?
He should have taken the costume off.
Right. Yeah.
Because I hunt the serial killer down.
Yeah. During the hospital mob, I love the mime looking dude that was all like, evil dies tonight. But in a mime, I'm like, you should not be talking right now.
Yeah. You should have just been making the pitchfork action, not actually speaking. You broke character, dude. Commit to your costume.
Right on. I did write down in my likes that I did like that the fact that it was like a generational thing with Lori and her daughter Karen, and then her granddaughter. What was her granddaughter's name? Elizabeth?
Allison.
I love how Karen's name is Karen, and she's like such a Karen. Because like when she's in the hospital and she's like, you guys don't have security? What's wrong? Why don't you have security? And then they like, yeah. And I'm all like, oh, Karen's a real Karen. I was like, okay.
And then the fact that he kills Karen.
Yeah. So I want to talk about that too. Don't worry. So
we're getting there.
Yeah, we are getting there. Okay. I also wrote down that I like that this trilogy is taking place within like a couple of days, like within like 1 to 2 days, like 1.5 days. Like the first movie was the day before Halloween, but then during that movie it switched into Halloween, and then this is the night of Halloween. So I feel like this one will end. So it's
that was the originals too.
Yeah, but it didn't take place over 3 movies.
Well, no, but it took place over 2 movies. Weren't the first and second one just?
I don't remember that much.
I think maybe
was the second one where you put on the mask and you become Michael Myers, you get possessed. Which one was the one where they had Lori like on a devil table, like conjuring up something. I don't know. It doesn't even
Is that
matter.
the son of the was that the Salem
Son of the witch?
one?
Yeah, no, maybe that was Son of
Yeah.
the witch. I don't know. There's been so many I can't remember. I just remember.
Yeah.
I remember Buster though. Buster was my favorite. I love him. Anyways,
Like
okay.
I said, I
And then
can't
the
unknow all of them.
yeah, I do love Busta. Love Busta. And then I wrote it. Okay, so I wrote it in my likes, but it also treads into my dislikes. And this is the last one for my likes.
Okay.
Is I like that they were smart in the fact that they were like, we need to stick together. But then they were dumb. This is my dislike part. But then they dumb because then they split up. I was like, you guys are talking a big game about sticking together, and then you guys split up. Stick together, okay?
But in the beginning, when the cops are running around chasing him in 1978 and they all meet up in a group, didn't you think the same thing when all of a sudden they split up? You were like, oh, some of you are gonna die.
Yeah, I'm like,
for sure.
Yeah, why are you guys covering more ground? Like this asshole.
And did you like how they pinned the cop dying on like himself instead of Frank taking the responsibility of shooting him in the neck? Trying to be a cool cop who shoots Michael Myers in the head while he's holding somebody hostage.
I did not like that.
I didn't either.
Yeah.
I was like, why are we, shit happens. I go, that's a hostile situation.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah. I mean, maybe they didn't want him to lose his job. I don't know how that whole situation.
And what did you think of Frank's theory in the hospital when he's talking to Lori about how Michael Myers isn't after Lori? He just wants to go home.
I don't know if I like that or not.
I hate that.
Because I like the fact that it's like if you just look at like I know that all the sequels don't count now, but if you just look at them right now, that it just goes like in all the other ones, he was just trying to get to her or her.
Well, I don't like it because they're changing the narrative of all the others. These aren't brand new movies. People can't unsee what they've already seen. So I don't like that. I don't like it at all.
All right.
Sorry, I moved into our dislikes without even saying.
No, you're fine.
Oops.
Let's head over to our dislike section.
I'm already there.
Yeah, you are. Okay. So what's the first thing on your dislike list?
I just told you.
Well, that was the first thing. Okay.
Then I'll go to my thing. It was like the third or fourth.
Okay. Well, I'll say something I didn't. I didn't like all the monologues in this fucking movie. I was all like, you're all doing a lot of talky. I want to see Mobby on Jason and everything. Or Michael. Like when at the end when Lori is given that, she's like, Michael is not flesh and blood. He's strong and I'm all like, oh, shut up already. I don't care. I just want to say real quick, I was drinking while I took my notes while doing this movie, but I didn't write down monologues. I wrote down monologies, whatever that means.
Nice.
Okay.
So I did not like the granddaughter Allison because
oh my god, yeah,
she gets her mom killed, whether it's directly or not, because her mom tells her to stay in the hospital with grandma, and she all thinks that this is the part where I don't like her at all, because she thinks the fact that her grandma did this whole big giant elaborate plan of getting him into a safe room to burn the house down around him. Grandma and mom couldn't kill him, but I can, or I'm going to go with and make sure this happens. First of all, there's a lot of things wrong with that. And this is what I thought before Frank introduced the whole he just wants to go home theory instead of he's after Lori theory, is he would have killed her no matter what, because she's family and he's really big on wiping out his family. So she should have stayed in the hospital. And if it is true he was just going home, if she would have just stayed in the fucking the hospital, her mom would be alive, because her mom would still be in the fucking hospital too. So she indirectly caused her mom's death.
Yeah. Allison's a dick.
Yeah.
The next thing on my list was the gore. Even though I appreciate it just because it was like somewhat realistic, even though I've never seen somebody get their eyes gouged out in real life, I feel like their eyes would pop out of their skull instead of just whatever.
I don't know.
And I didn't like it because what?
You want me to Google it and see?
No, trust me, nobody's really like needing to know. But I just wrote, I don't have a strong constitution, so that shit like makes me gag hardcore. I don't like blood.
Doesn't bother me at all.
Oh, I don't like blood. I was gagging when those little kids faked out the gay couple. And they had to like vomit or whatever it was. And I was like, ugh, what is that on the ground? I was like, ugh.
I think it was just fake dried up blood.
It was gross. I was like, I'm
cherry
grossed out. Yeah. Yeah, I was grossed out by that. And then like when he stabbed out, like I kept doing this a lot. I'm waving my arms around. You guys can't see it because I was just like, ooh, and everything. I was like, I was just like, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. So, but at the same time, I appreciate it because I'm like, I feel like that's what it would do in real life.
Yeah.
So
probably.
All right.
I was not a fan of Tommy.
Which one was
Tommy? Anthony Michael Hall.
Oh, okay.
The one that grabs old Huckleberry. No.
Yeah.
He drove me nuts.
I just like because he kind of like he knew what he was doing, like the actor, and he kind of yucked it up, like, hey, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go in. He made choices that I appreciate.
As an actor, I love Anthony Michael Hall, but Tommy, the character, I fucking hated him.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, everything was like black and white with him. Like he's all like, he was straight up like, evil dies tonight. These cops aren't gonna do anything. We need to do it.
And it was like, but he was like that even like from the moment he does the whole scary story monologue in the bar.
Yeah.
And when the insane asylum guy takes the car and everything. And I totally forgot to put this in my likes. I like when he's like banging on the car with the baseball bat and then they find the car crash in the pole and the black guy's like, my car.
Right. That's funny.
I'm like, you have insurance. You have insurance.
Right. Well, he doesn't need it now.
No, he doesn't.
All right.
Yeah, so I just didn't like Tommy, and we'll talk about the mob. That's on here, and
we're actually going to talk about it right now because that's the next thing on my dislike.
So Tommy incited that mob. It's his fault. So he just dumb. Mob mentality is stupid. That hospital mob was dumb.
Yeah, I didn't like the hospital mob because that man was mentally ill, and they caused him to kill himself. And
yes, he was probably already teetering on that aspect to begin with because he escaped from an insane asylum.
Yeah, and I'm all like, listen, you guys, he's all like waddling like a fucking turtle. He's probably
got a concussion because he's got that cut in his head.
Yeah, you can totally tell he's not Michael Myers. He's like 4 feet too short. I'm all like, come on.
And he walks, so super slow.
Yeah,
like it took him forever to get up those damn stairs.
Yeah. So I'm all like these people suck. I'm all like, he's obviously not, with it. And
their whole chanting evil dies tonight. I'm like, could somebody have just taken Tommy by the shirt and smacked some sense into him?
No, because then they wouldn't have killed Michael. And then not killed him.
I was gonna say, did they kill him?
They did not.
Because again, we're dealing with an immortal serial killer.
Don't worry, I want to talk about that. What was the next thing on your dislike list?
I hated all of Tommy's speeches. Every time he talked, I just was like, could Michael kill you already? You're getting on my nerves. I'm done with this character.
Yeah, I didn't like all the monologues. Like they were so annoying. I have a ton of
shit to say about Tommy. I just didn't like him at all. I did not like, and I've said it already, but I'll say it again because it's on my list. I did not like that Little John and Big John's names were Little John and Big John. Like,
walking through the forest.
You couldn't have called one John, Jonathan, Johnny.
Yeah.
Something else.
Oh, you know why his name was Big John, right?
I knew you were going to go there.
I'm just saying we have to be honest with ourselves. Daddy Bear was the top.
Rude every time. That's going to give Little John a very a little complex or self-esteem issue.
Don't judge their relationship. He likes it.
He likes being reminded how little he is all the time.
He may have called him Big John, but in the bedroom he called him Daddy. Okay, let's just get that out of the way.
I'm not saying that. I'm fine that I just don't like calling people Big John and Little John. Like, I don't know.
You know so many Little Johns.
No, I
because this is my first.
I don't know any Big Johns either. Oh, it is Zazzle.
All right.
We just be quiet now.
I wrote down that the acting wasn't the best in this movie. Like Kyle Richards wasn't the only one that was like yucking it up. Like I was all like, Anthony Michael Hall, I love you. You're better than this. Like,
Right.
and then the one nurse from the original movie that got murdered in the car.
Marin.
Because she was stupid. But
those are coming up.
I was like, your acting isn't exactly top notch either, in my opinion.
Was it in the original movie she was in either?
I mean, no.
That's my whole thing too, is how do they expect us not to remember these older movies when they're bringing back the original cast members, you know? But anyways.
Right on.
Yeah.
What was the next thing on your dislike list?
Well, Marin got everybody in that car killed.
Yeah,
she helped Michael out because all he was doing was like slapping the windows, and then she was shooting him out. And oh my God, what was with the locking the door?
Yeah, right. I was like, that'll keep him out.
I think is that what happens when you go hysterical or you're super scared? You just think the window's blown out, but I'm gonna lock the door so he can't get it.
And then they had the child safety lock on because the black couple couldn't get out of the car. And I'm all like, what's going on here? Like,
but the girl, she said, fuck this, I'm going out the window. And the guy's yelling at her not to go.
Right. And then when he was killing that Marin chick, I was all like, I'd get out then. I wouldn't even try to help her. I was like, she's gone. She's gone. There's no saving her. Just let her die now. It's her time.
Yeah. And then I felt bad for the black girl because she came back. She was away. She got away and she came back and she was trying to shoot him. And even though she said she had shot a gun before, her aim was for shit.
Her aim was so bad. And I'm not going to lie. I wrote it down my notes, but I laughed when she shot herself in the head. I laughed so hard.
Make sure I saw it right. I went, did he just kick the door open and she shot herself?
Yeah. Like I was... well, because she tried to do the gangster shoot with one hand, and that extended her arm just a little bit extra. And I was like, oh, but then when she shot herself with us, I was like, oh, you stupid bitch.
I was like, you should have kept going. You shouldn't have come back.
Yeah, I was like, I did write down, is that bad that I laughed that she shot herself in the head? But I was like, you know what? No, she brought that on herself.
She did that to herself.
I did not like that Karen took off his mask. I didn't like it. Like it's like, yeah, because he's just a normal dude underneath. I mean, he had scars from the fire and like from being like attacked and everything, but I'm all like, he seems like he would just look like normal underneath. He's not like Jason Voorhees where he's all like mortified and stuff, but I feel like he would just look like a dude, like a normal dude.
But don't you think that was a realistic aspect of it? Because wouldn't you? I mean, and technically that's her uncle.
I don't think that Lori and him are siblings in this one.
Yeah, they are.
Are they?
Yeah.
I don't think they are.
Yes, because she's his little sister. She was a baby, like a toddler, when he kills the older sister who's babysitting him.
Maybe I thought that they had retconned that, but don't quote me on that because I don't remember. We'll just say it's his sister. Like I fucking care.
Did they change that in the new
I thought they had, but I honestly don't remember. And I'm getting real.
But then why would he be coming after her?
Because he's not coming after her. He's just going home. Yeah, like that Michael Bublé song. Let me go home.
Yeah. Like I said, I can't unforget what I already know.
I feel you. I can't unforget that the devil, the witchcraft table that Lori's tied to, and he's standing next to it. And they're like, hot, 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 hot.
He's his sister.
So, okay, I'm done with my dislike list. Are you done with your dislike list?
Yeah, I have a ton of just general knowledge about Halloween. If
okay, can I say a couple more things because I have like a small handful of things to say. Okay,
go for it. Tell us.
I did like that the mob killed him, but they didn't double tap. You know, whenever you
No.
kill something supernatural, you got to double tap, you know, like
It
zombies.
doesn't work on things that are supernatural, like a serial killer.
I'm just
It
saying.
wouldn't
And then
have worked.
why did Karen leave the knife where Michael could reach it? Everybody knows you hit that spot in the back
That's
that you
his
need.
favorite thing.
You need to stab him in the spot in the back that you can't reach when you're trying to itch it.
Yeah.
And she didn't do that. And he
And
sliced into
I
that.
don't understand why all these people that had weapons kept kicking him
Yeah, because he
when
tore
he was
through
doing the
them.
mob.
He tore through
Right.
them.
I'm like, you all have baseball bats. The one guy had a fucking hockey stick. Those things
Yeah.
have a long reach on them. You don't gotta go up and kick him.
I did like the guy with the cheetah outfit, how he tried to shoot him like 4 times, but it was empty. I was like, how do you guys not know it's empty? It only carries 6 bullets, you fucking idiots. I don't even own a gun, and I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Just count your bullets. Like, geez, the
But
woman.
Marin did the same thing in the car.
Yeah, the black girl, I understand because she had a clip, and I go, I don't even know how many bullets are in a clip, let alone in that.
But a revolver has 6.
Yeah. But she had enough to kill herself. But there's the ones, the 6 shooters. I'm like 6 bullets, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Anyways,
Yeah.
But I'm just like, come on, you guys. And then
But again, with the mob at the end that went after him, I just really went, how did they think they were going to be successful? Did they not hear the report about the first responders that had the axes and the chainsaws or the saws? What are the big giant car saw or whatever it is?
right on.
He took them down like
Yeah, I felt
lickety
bad
split.
for them.
I did too, because they were just there to save his ass.
Yeah, like they're all like, we're going into this fire to save you, and you're just in this fire to kill us, kind of thing.
I mean,
like,
he was blinded by rage because Lori had just shut him in a room and tried to make him a shish kebab.
Right on.
So,
how
that
I
mob drove me
was
nuts.
okay. So I would just want to know, in this new set of films, how is he supernatural? Like he's like Lori
So I
does
read
her,
a thing.
her big speech at the end where she's all like, he gains strength from his kills, and I'm all like, that's not how it works. Like if we're going for realism, which I think this movie is, like I don't like that he's not dying. Like,
So I read a thing that said he has whatever that disorder is where you don't feel pain.
right, that makes sense.
So he has that, and so his adrenaline's going from like him knowing that he's being stabbed, or his anger from his whatever psychosis he has or whatever it is mentally that's going on. So it's like some kind of weird combination of the two that makes him seem invincible.
Right.
And I'm like, no, he's invincible because he's a crazy ass immortal serial killer. That's his character. That's what he is.
Right on. And then the last thing I wrote down was like, I'm so happy he killed Karen. Like, she's so obnoxious. Like, I could not handle her. And like, I didn't think
I was mad he didn't kill Allison when he had the chance.
Oh, next movie. I'm crossing my fingers. Because I didn't like her either. I only liked Lori, but Lori was a little mental in her right. But at the same time,
I don't like Lori with long hair. Like,
oh, I love her.
Curtis. I don't like the long hair. It's a really bad wig.
No,
I don't even know if it's a wig, but I don't like it. So yeah.
All right. So what are your fun facts that you have for us?
Did you know that in this movie that in the original, all of the characters had to supply their own wardrobe because the budget for the original was $200,000. Jamie Lee Curtis was only paid $8,000. John Carpenter got like 10 to make this movie in the original. And Jamie Lee Curtis's entire wardrobe she purchased at JCPenney's for $100.
No, I didn't know that.
It was originally called The Babysitter Killer.
Ooh,
I don't think it would have done as well. I don't think
it wouldn't have.
No. And she was casted as kind of a tribute or nod to Hitchcock because her mom was in Psycho.
Oh, right on.
Yep. And then
I did know that her mom was in Psycho.
You did know that?
I did know that.
Yeah. And then what's the other one there was another tribute to Hitchcock in this too, and I can't remember it now. Crap. And did you so there's Dr. Loomis in this movie, and the name Loomis comes up in Scream.
Yeah, his name is Loomis.
Loomis, whatever. It's
tomato.
Right. Yeah. So, and then I'm trying to think, there were a bunch of them and I wrote some down and because of the budget issues of only having $200,000, the reason that the original is so dark is because they couldn't afford any more lighting.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I'm talking about my drink, not
I know
snack.
he finished his glass and is super excited.
No, I didn't. Of course, anything you're telling me right now, I didn't know. My favorite thing about this is when you were like, I wrote it down, and then you're going off your memory. Where are your notes at? Like,
well, did you see what happened when I tried to read them? I said Loomis instead of Loomis.
You did say Loomis. It's like a Harry Potter spell. Loomis.
Right. So apparently I shouldn't try to read my own writing when I've been drinking.
I feel you.
I have a bunch of others too, but I could get really nerdy and bore the hell out of people.
I mean, if you want to, you can say them. It's totally cool. What?
I'm good.
Okay, Vetta. So now that we're done with all of our fun little stuff about the movie, let's get into our little segments. Why don't you go ahead and go first? What is the question you have?
My question is, what is your favorite Jamie Lee Curtis movie?
As soon as you asked, I was like, simple, True Lies. When she does that sexy little dance in the hotel room and she's like wetted her hair back. I was all like, as a young boy, I was all like, zip. And then it was like,
TMI. No, sister needs to know. No.
Oh, we're adults. Stop.
I know.
So, yeah, True Lies. What was your favorite Jamie Lee Curtis movie?
So I really wanted to go with the good old classic of Prom Night, but only because I think it's fresh in my head because last night when I watched Halloween Kills, I went straight in and it suggested Prom Night. And I went, ooh, I haven't seen that in a while. I'm going to watch it. But then I went, no, I really liked her in My Girl.
Oh, I love My Girl.
Remember that she's in My Girl, but that movie is great. She's in it. She's also in My Girl too.
She is great. I love that movie too. Like, it's so sad when that little boy dies.
Yeah, I kind of go, he should have had an EpiPen.
He should have had an EpiPen, but I feel like that was a time when they didn't really have EpiPens.
I had an EpiPen
in the 60s or whenever that fucking takes place.
I don't know. I don't remember.
I don't know either. It doesn't even matter. It was Macaulay Culkin. He's still alive today. So
yeah, he didn't die for real.
He didn't die. It was a movie.
Yes.
All right. So my question for you, Honeybee, is what is your favorite movie that has Halloween in it?
So you should have. I'm pretty sure you should have been more specific because I'm sure you weren't going for what I picked, but I picked Mean Girls.
No, I love that answer. What are you supposed to be? I'm a mouse. Duh. No, I love that. I'm
like, why are you so scary?
yeah, I know. I love that. I love that answer. I love that movie. That movie's so good.
I love it.
I put down Night of the Demons. I don't know if you've ever seen this movie, but it was like, yeah, it's from like the 80s. I just remember when I was younger, I watched it and I loved it. It scared me at some points, but I loved it. Like, they're in this haunted house that's like these teenagers turn into demons. And now I go back and watch it and it's like corny as shit, but I still love it. I still like, there's this one part where like, they're overacting. They're like, oh, that's so sweet. And I'm like, why are you talking like that?
But don't you love that when a movie that like scared the crap out of you go back and watch and you're like, what the hell is wrong with me? Granted, Hellraiser with Pinhead was like the only horror film that really ever scared me. And I kind of had that same thing of you of, oh, I'm going to go back and watch it. And I'm not going to lie. Some of those childhood, oh crap moments came back.
Right
I didn't have the same experience of, why was I scared of this? No, I went, oh,
no, Pinhead's scary. Like I
was like, oh, this did not work out the way I thought it was going to.
Yeah, he's like Yeah, he's like hanging people from the ceiling in little hooks and shit. And I'm all like, no, that's scary. I'd be scared.
Do you
of
ever
hooks.
watch those things where the people do that in real life? Where
No, because I told you I have a weak constitution. I don't like blood.
There's no blood when they do it with the hooks, though. I don't know
Yeah,
how
but
they
I don't
keep
like
them
that.
moving. They like pull the skin away from the body and
Yeah.
hook it and then hang them from the ceiling.
I don't like it. I don't even like that you're talking about it. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. This is not my cup of tea.
I think it's art.
You think it's what?
I think it's art. Like they
Fuck that. It's not art. Get the fuck out of here. It's art. You're insane.
It's like performance art.
Get the fuck out of here. That's performance art. I don't even want to hear this nonsense. You are insane. What?
It's real.
Look at me.
No, I wish everyone could see your face right now. He's literally terrified. This is
I just don't understand that. That's like people that say stripping is art. Get the fuck out of here. Stop. I don't want to hear any of this nonsense. I don't want to hear any of this nonsense.
I have never heard anyone say stripping is
I
art.
have plenty of times, and I'm like, that's not art. A bitch shoving her titties in my face is not art. You stringing yourself up from your back fat is not art. Okay, I don't want to hear it.
Can't even take a drink because you're gonna make me spit all over my computer.
I do that to my wife all the time. All right, so you guys, that is our episode. Thank you so much for listening to us, you guys. Make sure to follow us on Twitter. We are at BS Drunk Pod, and you can follow us on there to stay updated and everything. We'll also be posting the video version of this to our YouTube channel, so you can check us out there and subscribe to us and everything. It is at BS Drunk Movie Reviews. And as always, don't forget to drink, recap, review, and repeat. Goodbye, you guys.
Bye.